everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to be doing some chill bullet journaling and just having a nice time doing my June bullet journal spreads. As you guys know, I love to bullet journal. It is like my form of therapy most times. It's just very, very relaxing. And every time I get to do like monthly spreads all in one go, it is the nicest, happiest day. So I just get to bullet journal for a hot few hours. And thought I'd bring you along for the spreads I'm going to be doing for June. So I kind of wanted to go a bit ham in June just because I did a very simple like daisy theme for May, and my June is going to be very, very intense. So I thought that doing a nice chill spread for the month of June would probably, hopefully, help me chill out a little bit. Again, everything, supplies, everything I use will be in the description box below and probably on screen right now. So I decided to even do a title page this month because I was feeling extra. I was like, I'm filming this one, let's just go crazy. And I really wanted to do something really graphic-y and elegant with my paint pens, my Acrylograph pens from Arteza. So I decided to go for this very elegant floral-y theme, very leafy with my favorite green colors, like these soft sage and minty green colors, which are like my most relaxing color in my opinion. They just help me chill when I look at them. So yeah, I'm just pulling out all the stops to help me relax for this hectic month. And I should probably explain why it's going to be so hectic, but yeah, I mean, I'm moving in June, moving houses, which is going to be already very stressful. It's probably one of the most stressful things, I think, in this day and age. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited for the place that we are moving into, but very not excited for having to move. So, and then obviously it's just going to take a while to get settled into the new place. There's lots happening in June, lots of cool projects and collaborations happening work-wise. So on top of moving, I've also got a lot of work happening. So it's going to be very fun balancing all of that out. As you guys can see, I just picked out a few different colors around this green theme, and especially all of my favorite colors from the Archer and Olive Acrylograph sets, which is this sort of sagey green paired with a nice yellow ochre and this minty sort of aqua green blue color. And I'm just going to pretty much be using these like together for the whole time. I hope you guys are bullet journaling along with me, or you know, drawing along. It's just a chill time. I like to just sit down without, you know, anything in mind but to relax and just kind of planning out my month and trying to make it look pretty, because I know that future Piper will be very grateful when she opens up these spreads and has a nice pretty spread to look at. So yeah, now I'm just adding obviously some stars and some sparkles because hello, duh, and making it look even more pretty and magical. And then I actually wanted it to be even more extra, and I was really enjoying doing all of these leafy designs that I just ended up doing leaves all over this spread, just kind of filling up the whole page with different kinds of leaves and just different kinds of designs. And I really enjoy freehanding these as well because it's just a very relaxing, repetitive process. It's like my sort of zen doodle at the moment. And yeah, I just really enjoy drawing these little leaves. It's so relaxing, and they just make the page look so pretty, and I love him. So yeah, that was it for my title page. I'm so happy with it. It looks so full and just blooming. Love it. So next up, I just obviously went in and did my monthly spread, and this is mainly the reason why I was really, really excited to have a sit down and just do some planning and work in my bullet journal, because I really just wanted to do my monthly calendar, because I'm a very visual person, and when I get overwhelmed, I can very easily spiral into becoming even more overwhelmed when I don't have like a visual representation of what's, you know, what I need to plan and what is stressing me out. So one of the ways that I help myself to feel less overwhelmed and stressed is to make lists and to make, sort of diagrams and even like little calendars to help me figure out what I'm going to do and in what order. And having sort of just a visual representation of the time scale of things. So I really just wanted to do this spread and be able to jot down all of my important dates next month. What days I'm going to be out of town, what days I'm going to be doing this, what days I need to post this by. And seeing that already immediately helped me relax a little bit, because I knew I had a place to plan all of this out. And it wasn't just a cluster mess in my brain anymore. So yeah, that was mainly what was inching me to do this early on in the month. And I kept putting it off because, again, I've been very, very busy. And I was very relaxed while doing this because I was like, finally. So then I'm just doing a little mood tracker over here at the bottom of the page. I've been very much into tracking everything these days, just because, again, I've been so busy that it's really hard to sometimes take notice of how I'm feeling, the habits I'm doing, my weight, for example, since I've been trying to lose just a little bit of weight. And yeah, I find that these trackers are incredibly helpful in that, because when I'm working at my desk or at the end of the day and I'm just checking off things that I've done, I just see the tracker and I'm like, oh, gonna fill that in, and send some sexy dopamine into my brain when I've completed something or logged something for that day, whether it's good or bad. I always love trackers. I love tracking everything. Because, they say that your brain releases dopamine when you like check off a task. And for me, that works just as well with, trackers and stuff like that. So just the more the merrier. If you bullet journal, let me know down in the comments if you really enjoy like mood trackers and habit trackers, or if they just stress you out. Because I know some people that I know that bullet journal find that trackers just like kind of stress them out because it overwhelms them. So I guess it's very different for everyone. Let me know, do you track anything, like your moods or habits, your weight, your money? Yeah, just let me know. It's very interesting to hear about how everyone else uses their bullet journals. So then, after writing in my to-do list for this month and my YouTube planner titles over there, I added lots of little sparkles, of course, around them. I think the little sparkles like this are also one of my favorite like relaxing doodles to do. So this whole entire month is just relaxing doodles galore for me. And yeah, after numbering my calendar, that was pretty much it for my monthly calendar spread. And next up, we've got some more trackers, believe it or not. So this double spread is just going to be my weight tracker, my habits tracker, my expenses tracker. And I know that this might seem a bit overwhelming for some people, like, having to log every single aspect of your life. But for someone with very bad anxiety, and I get like very derealized sometimes when I'm very overwhelmed or when I'm very stressed and my depression kicks in. So this helps me keep myself really grounded, because it kind of forces myself to get back in touch with my brain and my routine and how I'm feeling, and I can then like cross-reference, oh, this day I felt worse, oh, that's because I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and that might be a reason why. Anyway, because everything is connected, and it's better for my brain to stay on track with the healthy aspects of my life if I'm having the thought of looking forward to ticking those off at the end of the day. That's mainly why I really enjoy doing these. Even if I don't like fill them up perfectly every month, which most months I don't, because there's always like a week or two where I forget. It still helps me on the days that I do remember to do them. And yeah, I've been implementing this little weight tracker in the past few months just because I have been trying to lose a little bit of weight. And yeah, it's been really helpful. As you can tell, I was a very big like math nerd because I love graphs. So my weight tracker and my mood trackers are all like in graph form because I love at the end connecting all of the dots and seeing a graph line, you know, and it's just fun. It just seems like a monthly project every single time. So here I was just drawing like a little scaly thing with all the levels for my tracking of my weight, and then of course writing down every single day of the month on all of these trackers. This is the most boring part, I feel, of doing these, you know, trackers, but to be fair, I could have used my stamps, but I was feeling very crafty this day and I just kind of really felt like doing everything by hand. So watch me and weep. And then, of course, the best part was just doodling little leaves and branches everywhere on the page where I had an empty spot, as well as some little sparkle doodles, obviously. And once my left side of the double spread was done, I started doing pretty much the same thing on the right hand side, on the right page, which is for my expenses tracker, which I use so much every single month. It is a huge lifesaver, especially for someone with a small business, and I'm always very, you know, conscious about my money because I do run everything myself. And yeah, it's in the end, not only does it help me every month, but it really helps for tax season. I know, the most grossest sentence of all, but it is true. Tax season is hell and a nightmare for self-employed people, freelancers, artists. So doing these really, really helps me at the end of every month and at the end of every year as well. Next up, I do one of my most simple spreads that I usually do every month, which is my double page spread for my brain dumps, I call them, but it's mainly just a blank double page where I can have all the space I need for lists, planning things, just jotting down random things that I need to remember. And this double page is probably one of the most important ones for me because it's just where I note down everything and I plan everything. So I always need to have at least a little page for this. And because the space is very, very useful to me, I try to keep the pages quite nice and simple to give myself all the space I need. So I mainly just put the title over there at the top and then just doodled some leaves around them and kind of kept it at that. I was considering doing doodles everywhere else and sort of making a page border, but I know that June is going to be incredibly stressful and I'm going to need a lot of lists to help me cope. So I just settled for keeping the doodles over there at the top. But of course, I couldn't go without doing some little doodles of sparkles. And ta-da! I'm very happy with how cute this spread came out, and now it is time for my weekly spreads. And I'm actually going to do 2 today in this little bullet journaling session just because I was feeling incredibly in need of doing some bullet journaling and kind of logging out. So I'm going to be doing 2 different ones, and one of them has a little like Dutch door thing happening, so it's pretty cute. So for this first week, I'm actually going to be out of town for most of the week, so I didn't feel the need for a double spread for this week. So I'm just keeping it quite simple with a single spread, since I am going to be trying to relax during this week, since I'm going to London Comic Con. By the time you're watching this video, I'll probably be there tomorrow, so by the time this video comes out, and so it's going to be very, very exhausting, and it's been a lot of weeks of prepping for it, so I am definitely going to need some time to recharge my social battery, and I'm just going to be out of town for a bit and relaxing. But yeah, again, I've still got some stuff I need to do while I'm out, so I still had to do a weekly spread, obviously, and kept it nice and cute and simple. A little vine, like a little olive branch vine thing going down the middle. And then just doing a simple, table with all the days of the week. And yeah, just kind of made a little segment down below the table for my weekly tasks, which I find very useful for tasks that I don't really have like a day in mind for doing them, or they don't really have much of a deadline, and I just know I need to get them done this week in general. I'll just write them down there. And then obviously decorating all the little empty spaces with little leafy decor. And for this little weekly tasks bit at the bottom that I mentioned, I just kind of did a little bit of a leaf design in the middle so I could separate that very long bit into 2 columns, essentially, giving me more space. Big brain. And then I just decorated it with some little sparkles here and there, just to add that final bit of sparkly elegance to the spread. So then for my second weekly spread that I'm doing, I'm making a little Dutch door with my tasks for that week, and it's on the other side, it's going to double as my sort of packing list order for packing up the stuff for the house for us to move, just because it'll make me feel a bit less stressed about, packing stuff to move, because sometimes it gets very overwhelming and you're like, I don't know where to start. So that's what I'm going to be using all of this space for. And again, I've got a lot of work happening in June, and I'm going to be juggling work and moving houses, so this big old list Dutch door is going to be incredibly helpful. So yeah, I did a little cute little leafy pattern over there on the side, and I'm going to be using a little tiny X-Acto knife to cut out this pattern. So my Dutch door has a cute little design on the side. And yes, I know I could have used a pattern scissor, but I genuinely don't have one with this design on it, or I couldn't find one at least, which is crazy for someone obsessed with stationery like me. So I had to hand cut it out. So yeah, on the page behind the Dutch oven, that's where I'm going to be doing my little weekly spread with, the little boxes for every single day of the week. And this way I have all the space that I need for my daily tasks, but then I've also got a very nice long Dutch door page just for, my weekly tasks and any lists that I may need to do. Just lots of empty space, which is awesome. And yeah, I just did the title over there, June, again with the same sort of gradient that I did for the title page, because I think it looks so fab. And yeah, just popped in all my details for every single day, you know, the day of the week and then the day of the month. And then obviously just decorated the empty bits of the page with some cute little leaves. I bet you're tired of hearing me say that. And then, obviously, say it with me, I added some little doodle sparkles. Thanks if you said it with me. And that was it for all of my spreads in June. I'm really happy with how they turned out, and you know, this whole bullet journaling session really did its job because I definitely felt a little bit more relaxed at the end. Yeah, let me know if you were bullet journaling along with me or drawing along with me. Hope that this video gave you some company, and yeah, let me know what you thought of the spreads. I'm really happy with how they turned out, and yeah, let me know what your month of June is gonna look like, and if you're also stressed like me, I highly recommend you doing some bullet journaling. Thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to see lots of you at London Comic Con this weekend. Come say hi if you want and if you can. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!